Gucci Mane is arguably the most impactful artist and A&R of the current generation of rap. With early ties to so many of today's most influential artists, such as Future, Young Thug, Migos, and Young Dolph, Gucci Mane had an understanding and direct impact on the current trap sound. Every one of these artists mentioned has directly impacted the generation after them. Future, Young Thug, and Migos had an influence on the sounds of Lil Baby, Gunna, Lil Durk, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi Vert, and Roddy Ricch. Young Dolph had directly influenced Key Glock, his young cousin. And Gucci Mane by himself is still finding extraordinary talent for his label 1017, which he signed Pooh Shiesty in April of 2020. In this video, we will explore how Gucci Mane's ability to create and influence relationships has directly impacted today's generation of rap. Two cities that are currently dominating today's trap music landscape are Atlanta and Memphis. Over the past decade, both cities have been able to develop extraordinary hip-hop artists. In the mid-2000s, Gucci Mane developed a large rise in popularity by starting to create trap music next to Jeezy in the city of Atlanta. From the mid-2000s to April of 2014, Gucci Mane would release 50 projects, 44 of which were mixtapes, which not only built him notoriety in Atlanta, but would also pave the way for generations to come. One of the biggest talents to come out of Atlanta from 2010 to 2011 was Future. In interviews, Future said that he got his name from the people who he was around, which regarded him as the Future for his unique sound and demeanor. Before Future would sign a major label deal with Epic Records in September of 2011, Gucci Mane would do an entire collab tape with him entitled Free Bricks, released in July of 2011. Future would go on to become arguably the biggest and most influential artist of this generation of hip-hop. Today, Future has charted 153 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, has had 8 #1 albums, and has had 119 gold or platinum certified songs. 2013 would also be a big year for Gucci Mane to sign more musical talent, signing both Young Thug and the Migos. From 2011 to 2013, Thug would release 3 mixtapes under his I Came From Nothing series, which built him buzz in Atlanta. By February of 2013, Thug would release his first mixtape under Gucci Mane's 1017 imprint, entitled 1017 Thug. In 2014, Gucci Mane and Thug would go on to release 4 more projects together. As Gucci Mane would be sent to jail from April 2014 to May of 2017, Thug would continue to develop his career without Gucci Mane by releasing his first collab mixtape with Birdman and Rich Homie Quan, known as Rich Gang. He also started his YSL imprint and released his first self-imprinted mixtape, Slime Season, 1 year later in September of 2015. Today, Young Thug has charted 79 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, has had 3 #1 albums, and has had 29 gold or platinum certified songs. In an interview with Charlemagne the God, Gucci also said that he was the first person to sign the Migos. In 2013, he would also make an appearance on their tape YRN, on the record Dennis Rodman. Gucci Mane is also directly responsible for setting up the relationship between the Migos and their current label, Quality Control Music. As Gucci was getting ready to go to jail in April of 2014, he put on the relationship between his former manager, Coach K, and his best friend and investor, Pierre P. Thomas. These two would go on to create Quality Control Music with the Migos as their first act. Today, the Migos have charted 43 songs on the Billboard Hot 100, have had 2 #1 albums, and have had 23 gold or platinum certified songs. In March of 2013, Gucci Mane would also go on to release a collab tape with Memphis artist Young Dolph. In interviews, Dolph has credited Gucci Mane to be one of his biggest influences as both an artist and executive. Their friendship was built around authenticity, as Dolph credits Gucci as being one of his very few industry friends, as Dolph is well known for staying to himself. Dolph would go on to become one of the most successful independent hip-hop artists of all time, getting to a point of being offered a $22 million advance from a major label, which he ultimately turned down. Dolph's sound, very much inspired by 3 6 Mafia, would become one of the most influential coming out of Memphis today. All of the artists previously mentioned, Future, Young Thug, Migos, and Young Dolph, all have had ties to Gucci Mane before major label deals and before major success. All 4 of these artists come from Atlanta or Memphis, and have a great deal of influence on today's generation of music. Future, Young Thug, and Migos paved the way for artists like Lil Baby, Gunna, Lil Durk, Lil Uzi Vert, Travis Scott, and Roddy Ricch, all of which have become superstars in their own right and could be looked at as the kings of the current generation of rap. Young Dolph, while on a smaller independent scale, passed his torch to one of the biggest artists coming out of Memphis and his younger cousin, Key Glock, who in some aspects is playing a big role on holding the torch for Memphis on the side away from Yo Gotti. Gucci Mane today, in his own right, still finds talent for himself and signs them to his 1017 imprint. In April of 2020, Gucci would sign Pooh Shiesty. By just November of 2020, Pooh Shiesty would release the hit single Back in Blood featuring Chicago's Lil Durk, which today is 4 times platinum. By February of 2021, Pooh Shiesty released his first commercial album, Shiesty Season, which today is certified platinum. Before being sentenced to prison for 5 years in April of 2022, Pooh Shiesty was one of the biggest trap artists to come out of Memphis. In summary, we have seen how Gucci Mane's impact of finding and breaking musical talent in the early stages of trap music has created an entire generation of rap. But what do you guys think? Who do you think has had the most influence on today's generation of rap? Let me know in the comments down below, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.